Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls number 4, Kita Edition, most handsome MF you've ever met. Guys, I'm Dave Klein, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm in a bit of a conundrum here. That being that I would like to go start farming using Large Titanite Shards, but I need to drop off my Large Ember with Andre and kick it off with a Large Titanite Shard. But I already used all my Large Titanite Shards inappropriately in inappropriate places. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go get a Large Titanite Shard, and then warp back, and work from there. So, I may do some editing, I'll figure out when I get there. But that is where we're off to, is to go get some Large Titanite Shards, because I can now farm for those. I can now raise everything to plus 10, and really raise up my character's stats without leveling up. And that is part of the key. So, definitely one of the ways that you can reach levels in this game, in a sense, without actually reaching a level. So, kind of just a fun thing there. Being that I pissed off this hollow, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of him. Gotta take care of the hollows that you piss off. They're not the happiest of fellows. Now, the nice thing is, I do have 3 humanity in my little counter on the top left there, which is awesome, because I don't need to worry about popping any humanity, really. I mean, I could get to 10 for the sake of farming Large Titanite Shards, but yeah, I don't necessarily really need to do that. So I'm thinking that I'm trying to piss off one of these guys at a time. I'm thinking that when I actually start doing some farming, which I'll probably do in this episode, I'm just gonna make a montage, so you guys don't have to sit through all of that. Now, these guys really aren't that bad at all, especially if you're playing deck style. You can just go ahead, roll away the way I did, and then just backstab these dudes. So really, not bad at all, these guys. I mean, a lot of them, even if you're not playing decks, you can pretty much just run around them because they're so slow. And then you can do the little back hugging there. Kind of wondering how many of you guys see my King's Field Let's Plays, because I also kind of, some of the dynamics are pretty similar there. You can kind of see how the games draw from each other, just specifically in the fact that backstabs are kind of a little broken and easy to do. But that's all about to change with Dark Souls 2, right? Right. They made the enemies smarter about not getting backstabbed. So see, like that attack, you don't even need to be a dex build at all to dodge out of the way of some of this stuff. And I could have gotten so many dung pies this way. It would have been amazing. What was I thinking? What was I thinking buying all those dung pies? Ooh, he surprised me with that attack. That was definitely quicker than I thought. I think if he'd hit me again, I'd be dead. But he didn't. Oh, he's gonna roar. That was your downfall. That roar. That was you just ended it for yourself. I didn't have to do anything. You ended it for you. So, yeah, again, I know some people have trouble with these enemies, with these trolls, and they actually drop a really good club, by the way, for strength builds. But some people have trouble with them, and I think it's just because they do hit you hard, and you can't really block them too easily. So I think it's easy to be intimidated by them, and really they're not that bad. So the key is, don't be intimidated. That would be key for this. And again, so if you tap roll, which I'm doing, I think I talked about this in a different video. Maybe I didn't. But just in case, I'll say it again. If you're tapping roll when you drop, it's an easy way to not take much damage, plus you don't get stunned at all when you drop, when you land. So you definitely want to tap roll. Now, I mean, I could just be, so see, I got stunned. Actually, I guess I didn't get stunned there because I landed on this dude. That also helps prevent getting stunned. But, yeah, I could just be going down these ladders the quick way, but I like dropping. It's more fun that way. God, I kind of wish I joined the Forest Covenant, too. Maybe I'll do that next time so I can buy some weapons from a man down here. You have to be part of the Forest Covenant. Plus, I want my ninja ring. I really want my ninja ring. Really badly. Before I go further, remember I got the the rusted iron ring? So, actually, let's read the description of this baby. Those who find the strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor grounds such as swamps. And the iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. So that would be why we found it at the Undead Asylum. Presumably it was used to tackle the guilty. So I wonder if that's has more to do with Kareem and Velka. And maybe that's where it's from. Or if it's the sake of maybe maybe the guilty would be the undead, or guilty being undead. So I'm kind of curious what implication that has. But if you guys have played the game before, which I'm assuming most of you had, notice I'm just running through this quickly. Yeah, I was gonna draw that fire, and then I'm like, wait a second. If I do that, then I can't Homer Bone it back, and then I'll be a very sad Dave if I can't Homer Bone. These guys are gonna hurt me like hell. And actually, this poison is gonna not be the greatest for me because I'm a low level. I don't have a lot of health and vitality yet. That's okay. Anyways, so later on, too, I'll show you guys there's a method for running through a lot quicker through this swampy swamp that you can utilize that I'm not gonna do. Not right now, anyways. But you can run through this thing a lot quicker. Alright, so these guys are who you want to farm Large Titanite Shards from. These slugs right here. So they are by far the best way to get Large Titanite Shards. It's a very easy drop from them. And hell, what do you know? I already got one. Just like that. It's that easy. Usually it's not that quick. I mean, it's quick, but not that quick. Wow, that was awesome. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and Homer Bone it back. I know I didn't do much. But we're going to make progress here. I really want to just be making some progress and going quickly, and I really wasn't expecting it to be that quick. And let's take a look at this item description too. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. So here we go, some bonfire description. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. In rare cases, the strong urge of their previous owners to seek bonfires enchants their bones with a homeward instinct. So that is how the homeward bones play off. Probably not the smartest thing of me to have been using it while I was poisoned, or reading that description. I've actually screwed myself over before by trying to Homer Bone it back and not doing it in time. So, yeah, that really wasn't the smartest idea on my part. Oh well, whatever. So, Large Titanite Shards are going to be key. Oh, and actually, I think Homer Boning automatically gives you that fireplace use. So, if you were wondering why I didn't get any bonfires while I was down in Blighttown, that would be wise, because I want to be able to Homer Bone it immediately back to this area to make the quickest route to getting back to Andre. That was my intention, and I think I did it well. I think I did it right. I'm happy with myself. I ran the wrong way, but I got 6 firebombs, so it was all worth it. It happens. It happens. I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about what I was saying and where I wanted to go to next, and the route. You know, I gotta map out the route in my head of how I'm gonna do this the quickest way for this when I'm doing Let's Plays. So, anyways, Large Titanite Shards are very important for your base equipment leveling. Now, the first time I played through, I used the Drake Sword, and all I was caring about was Dragon Scales. I didn't realize how scaling worked, so I didn't understand that the Drake's Sword really isn't the best weapon in the game at all. I just thought it was amazing, because without those base stats, it just looks amazing until you start realizing how the way to utilize your stats properly and the way to utilize the param bonuses. And that was really what I was missing there. Yeah, I know I'm not parry riposting here. Sometimes it's fun to just backstab a dude when he's there. You just gotta backstab, you know? He's there. I'll do my backstab, thank you. So, heading back to Andre. So anyways, Large Titanite Shards. Very important. So Titanite Shards are going to raise your equipment up. Most of your basic equipment. Most of it. If it's not enchanted, if it's not special, like a dragon item, it's going to raise that equipment up to +5. Now from there, to raise it up to +10, you need Large Titanite Shards. To get to +15, you're going to need your, you're going to need Titanite Chunks, which you get in New Londo Runes from Dark Wraiths. And then to get it specifically to +15 exactly, you need 1 Titanite Slab, which is super rare. Alright. Alright. We're with Andre now.
Why, that's a fine ember you have there.
It's pretty shiny, isn't it? I found it in the depths.
Mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
I'll lend it to you if you make mighty weapons for me.
Magnificent. You won't be disappointed.
He is so excited about this ember.
To get started.
Magnificent! So excited for that. So, here is why I got that Large Titanite Shard. In order to reach my Great Scythe up to +6, you have to do it through him with one Large Titanite Shard. From there on out to +10, you can do it on your own at the bonfire, but for this +6, you absolutely need him, and you need that ember to do it, that I just gave him. So, let's go ahead and get this Great Scythe to +6, and now I can farm at will, having my Great Scythe +6. Now, reinforcing armor, that I believe you can do on your own without going to him first. So that, you just need the Large Titanite Shards. But for the weapons, you absolutely have to go to him first. So again, see, I just need these Large Titanite Shards for all this stuff. And you can see my leather armor is what I used on before, and I didn't need him for that. So, I just need Large Titanite Shards. So those slugs are going to be pretty important for those Large Titanite Shards. Unfortunately, I don't have the gold-coveted Serpent Ring, so farming is going to be a little more annoying. But, you know, doing this playthrough at level 6, it's definitely, as I've been doing so far, it's definitely nice to have any advantage I can.
Well,
The other thing I'm going to buy from him, because I'm here and I'm thinking about it, and it's also a good usage of my souls, since I haven't been using them, is I'm going to purchase from him the Crest of Artorias. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the forest to show you guys that before I head down to Blighttown. So, remember that area that I said was great for getting souls? That's where this is going to lead us to. It's also going to allow me to join the Forest Covenant, which I want to do as a dex build, for various reasons. So, let's go ahead and read that description for the Crest of Artorias before we use it. Huh, I really thought... Oh, it's going to be a key. That would make the most sense. The door leads to the grave of Sir Artorias the Abysswalker. Many adventurers have left for the grave, but none have returned, for they make easy prey for local bandits. With such dangers, the crest can do more harm than good in the hands of the uninitiated. And it's going to bring you to the Darkroot Garden, which is sealed by magic. Yeah, something I've been wondering too, by the way, is, and I think I would make a video of this. Don't take it from me before I make it. If music can make Dark Souls happy, I've got the perfect music in mind for Darkroot Garden and Darkroot Basin. But anyways, enough on that. What's up, Titanite Demon? I still don't want to deal with you because I still hate you guys. So Artorias is a really... Oh my god. Oh my glob. That was awful. That was awful. I meant to roll and I accidentally jumped. It happens to the best of us. I wanted to talk about Artorias, though, because Artorias is a really interesting character in this game. And where this leads to is his grave, who is guarded by none other than Sith. And Sith is one of the weapons that they really feature prominently on the trailer. One of the weapons, one of the bosses. Sith is quite the sad tale, too, and so is Artorias. And if you guys got the DLC, this is where they really expanded Sith's story, both Sith and Artorias' story was in the DLC. So definitely worth checking out, and I'll talk about that when I play the DLC. I'll really talk about Artorias and Sif's story when I get to that point. But right now, we're just gonna go do some Forest Covenant dealios. Oh man. Oh man. Should not have let that happen. Shouldn't have even let that happen. That's why you just gotta deal with these guys right away. Alright, so we are right by the area. So again, guys, if you remember, this is right by the Moonlight Butterfly where I'm heading to. However, now we can open up the seal. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Open up the seal. We'll be good to go. I'm going to rest at the bonfire, because right now I'm not going to worry about warping and all that. And also, I'm going to show you guys a good way to farm here, too. Which is a little cheap, but whatever. What would Dark Souls be without some ways to exploit things? So this is what the Crest of Artorias opens, is the Darkroot Garden, which looks a lot like the Darkroot Basin. And yeah, there's a bunch of enemies here, like this guy and this guy. What you want to do is draw them out, So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm drawing them out, so they're all running after me. And once they're running at you, we're gonna lead them here to this spot, and then you basically just stand in this sweet spot right here and watch as they all murder themselves. And you get all the souls for it. So it takes a little bit of waiting time, and yes, it's a little bit cheap. And right now, I'm not even trying to get souls, so it's not like it's honestly not something I need to do. But if you guys need to level up somehow and you're freaking out, you're like, wait a second, how do I level up? Here's your way to do it. And you literally just go rest at that fire, rinse and repeat, and let them be like, hey, I'm gonna just bounce off of your shield, off the edge. Oh, I didn't realize the spider shield dude was still here. Oh my god! And then he backed off and died after he killed me. Yeah, so that's, that just happened. Oh well, whatever. Good thing I died right by the bonfire. I don't care so much about my souls right now. That doesn't matter. I care more about my humanity. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get that back and then join the Forest Covenant. And then we're gonna head back into Blighttown. And I was thinking about it, and yeah, I could go into the depths, but I'm trying to show all these alternate paths to go. And I know some of my friends who were stuck who couldn't get past Capra Demon. I want to show them other ways to play this. Now, the thing is, if I join the Forest Covenant, that's going to immediately unaggro all these guys. So all of these guys in this area are part of the Forest Covenant. So as long as you join the Forest Covenant, they will not attack you. And as long as you're part of the Forest Covenant, they won't attack you. So this kind of works out anyways, and just showing you guys that aspect. So, see here I'm talking to our cat friend, and all of a sudden, they're backing away. They aren't going to attack me just because I'm talking to the cat, whose name I'm blanking out on.
Forget this. The legend of Artorias art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale.
It's interesting. I never realized.
Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say.
But the cat's lying to you. The cat straight up knows all of this is true, especially after the DLC.
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one.
But I want to join.
Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee. I'm Alvina of the Darkroot Wood. I command a clan of hunters who track down defilers of the forest.
So Alvina's awesome, because Alvina's also in the DLC.
Wilt thou not join us?
Wilt thou not join us?
Yes, I believe we would suit thee well.
Yes, me, a level 6, would be great in your covenant. I will join you.
I am very glad.
I'm glad you're glad. I'm just trying to help you out.
One of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Alright, I'm joining, I'm doing it, I'm making the jump. So I avoided the way of white, because I don't particularly feel like helping Gwyn out right now.
And
joining
here
Alvina's covenant.
This ring. If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning.
So this ring makes it so someone defiles the forest, you can get summoned to be, just like these guardians who are trying to kill you. You can be there as well trying to kill them.
I beseech only.
So, kind of a basically PvP idea here, just a kind of PvP area if you want to do that.
With thee. Thou shalt receive great reward. A true. But thou must heed, the clan is thine own family.
So here we go. The clan is thine own family, and to thine kinsmen forever stay true.
Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never.
So in order to get the ninja ring that I really, really want, I have to attack Shiva's ninja bodyguard. So Shiva's the character who's going to be in Blighttown. So here's Shiva. Here's Shiva's ninja bodyguard. I really want the ninja ring. But I also want Shiva's katana that I can buy from Shiva, so...
I've heard all about... I'm Shiva of the East, captain of the brigade. Let's teach you the clan basics now, as there's no time to chat in the midst of fighting. Except there is little in the form of rule. Fight and hunt as you like. Whoever's fast... Only... don't forget what Alvina
said. So traitors aren't given a second chance for any reason.
Traitors aren't
That's
given
true,
a second chance.
unless you go get your sins forgiven. then they kind of forget about it.
Don't worry. It's a good old time. Great to have you with us. Good hunting.
I'm so tempted to just get the ninja ring right now. You can't even really see the ninja, but there it is. You gotta be close. And the way to get the ninja ring, the best way, and honestly, I don't really need the katana, is you gotta do some kicking. And I've been not doing my kicking right lately, so I'm a little like, do I want to try kicking the ninja off? Because if I accidentally attack it, I'm gonna aggro everybody. So I gotta make sure I don't mess up a single kick if I want to get this ninja ring. Alright, let's see if I can... Why can't I get this right now? Okay. Timing of it is key. I don't know. So John is here, and John's gonna join me as well. Once again, John, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do?
Well, you're not an Uchi player, so it doesn't really matter if you aggro this out or not, because you can also, if you really want to, get the Uchi Katana from the merchant in the Undeadburg. So
yeah, and then I have to kill it. Okay, so check it out. I'm gonna kick him off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Darkwood Grain Ring is that important. Fuck that. Fuck buying
it's
stuff.
It's important to me. All right, so I want to point out too, this kick that I'm doing. Notice how it didn't aggro anybody. So I can kick the ninja. He's not getting aggroed. Oh no, that would aggro him. But doing this kick, not gonna aggro anybody, as you noticed. But I gotta actually do the kick. And see, not aggroed. Nobody got aggroed. We're all good. No, dude, I'm not trying to kick you off the ledge at all. Oh wait, I did try to kick you off the ledge. I lied. So I didn't kill him, so that's why Shiva's not aggroed at me right now. But Shiva's about to be aggro when I quit the game and come back. Now, this is gonna make his ring appear because it's his dead body that drops the ring. So this is why I am doing this, is to go back to his dead body. His dead body is going to appear with the ring, and his soul is going to be mine, and I can take the Darkwood Grain Ring and do ninja flips. And then I need to run because Shiva and everyone else is going to be aggroed at that point. But if I really want to join the Forest Covenant again, which I can, all I have to do is go get my sins forgiven, which I can't do at this point because I haven't beaten the Gargoyle Bell Demons. So I actually cannot do that at this point. And there's a little glimpse into some of my characters for all of you, because I've been starting it out afterwards. But I actually wasn't planning on doing this until later, so I'm actually kind of excited about this, because I love flipping around. That's one of the reasons I love playing Dex builds, is for the sake of flipping around everywhere. So there you see, Shiva is not happy with me, trying to kill me, and I got my Darkwood Grain Ring, so it's all good. Now I gotta get the hell out of here.
Another thing to add, what he got the Darkwood Grain Ring, it not only just changes your dodge animation, it actually gives you more invincibility frames, which is why it's actually as valuable as it is.
Yeah, but I think they actually nerfed it a bit. It used to give you more before one of the updates, but still, you get to be a ninja, and that's important to me. So I want to show you guys what this ring does, and you might have seen players doing this online. Maybe you've seen characters doing this who help you out if you summon someone from a soapstone. So this is how they've been doing what you've all been obviously wondering what they're doing. Flipping around. You have to be light. If you're not light, if you're not already light rolling, you're not going to have this animation, and the Darkwood Grain Ring is not going to do much for you. You absolutely have to be light. But this is how you get the Darkwood Grain Ring. That is the only way to get it. You have to kill that ninja. The only way. So I'm glad people figured that out, and how amazing this ring is, because this makes me so happy, this ring. Wow, I was about to warp, and then I realized that I haven't killed Smo yet. Have not killed them yet. I can't warp. I haven't gotten the Lord Vessel yet. I'm just so used to it. So let's go ahead and run back. Oh, now I'm kicking. Now that I'm not trying to. I just realized I missed this. That's all good. If I wanted to, I guess I could have gone up there and gotten the ring. Gotten the wolf ring up my poise, but that's okay. I'm fine. I don't need it. I'm happy with my 2 rings I have right now. Honestly, these 2 rings make me the happiest, man. They make me so happy. Oh yeah, also the other thing that I want to note is the covenant I'm now part of, which would be none. I'm not part of a covenant if you look at the top left, because by killing that ninja, I betrayed Alvina's covenant of the Forest Guardians, and I'm no longer in that covenant by doing that. So that's an automatic out of that covenant, and now I have sin on me as well. So I have to get rid of sin if I ever want to join again. Which at the moment, I'm fine with not being a part of. I don't care. I got what I wanted out of the covenant, honestly.
And also, if you were human, I believe blue phantoms could be invading and wanting to kill you along with red phantoms.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got sin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good point. Which, I will become human on my next going down to, on my next trip down to Blighttown. I'm going to be human just so I can show off Maneater Mildred. And also get her amazing sword, which I've actually never used, but everyone tells me I have to use it. And you guys in the comments were telling me that as well. I believe, Andrew, you were recommending it. So, thanks for the recommendation. If I ever get some strength, I will definitely use it. Even though at the moment I've been playing deck style. Because it looks fun. I gotta say, it looks like a fun sword to use. So I can go, oh, it didn't work this time. Fall over everybody. Yeah, that's how we do. So, other thing to mention about Alvina's Covenant is that they are the protectors. And what they're specifically protecting is people from grave robbing, and they're basically protecting Artorias' grave along with Sith. It would seem that is their entire purpose. So, Artorias, if you play the DLC, is actually down in the abyss, both with Sith and with Artorias. Well, where Artorias was.
Alvina.
Right, Alvina, I mean. Artorias is not down there anymore, but he was down there. So, Alvina definitely has some sort of connection to Sith and Artorias that would imply. And yes, that was a loading glitch. That's all good that you guys all got to witness. You know what? I'm here too. I'm going to get the pyromancy flame.
Well, I see you made it out.
Isn't it?
I did make it out.
I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can use the magnets with a bit of care. Oh yeah.
Except for getting
By the
trapped
way,
in a
I can share
barrel.
the spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials.
Why don't you light all the
I'll be
barrels
pleased to
up
help you.
and light yourself on fire along with the
Unless you find
barrels?
the magic's unsavory.
Well, isn't that how Salaman died?
Okay, this one right here, make sure you say no. If you say yes, you can still become a pyromancer, it's all good. But the correct answer is no. You do not find that the pyromancy's unsavory.
Yeah, wonderful.
Honestly,
I'm
I
sure
don't
that,
find them
you know,
unsavory.
they'll
It's
be
all
of some
fine.
use,
It's all good.
some assistance. Here,
Lighting
go
stuff
take
on
this.
fire. It's a wonder that not every teenage
A
boy
flame
in this
from
world
the
is a
Great Swamp.
pyromancer.
Seriously.
Now, you're a fully fledged pyromancer.
It's because of the
Right, let's
chaos
get started
version of
right
it. The
now.
chaos version of it went out of control. So at this point, if I wanted to, as a +6, I could start upping my pyromancy flame out of control, because I haven't been leveling up, and I'm trying to show you guys weapon ups and all that. But I'm not going to, because I don't really use pyromancy much, even though it's very, very useful, especially Iron Flesh. Iron Flesh can be super useful for the Four Kings, which I'm debating if I want to try and do or not before I go to Sun's Fortress, and before I do the Bell Tower Gargoyles. If I do that, I might end up deciding to use Iron Flesh. But, it's definitely useful to have
Goodbye.
pyromancy.
Be safe.
And the other huge
Don't
thing
you
about
think-
pyromancy is you level it up by leveling up your flame, as opposed to your intelligence is going to level up all of your sorceries. Your faith is going to level up all of your faith-based spells. This is the only one that you don't have to level up and waste a level up stat to increase your pyromancy power. The only another thing though that I do need to mention is that Velka made it possible to use faith spells even if your intelligence is high, if you use Velka's talisman. And likewise, you can use a talisman, I believe, from the way from Gwendolyn, that makes it so you can use sorceries with a faith requirement. I think that's right. I think it was Gwendolyn. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, guys. I would need to look at the item descriptions again, but I believe it's Velka made the intelligence-based one, and Gwendolyn made the faith-based one, because that's what would make sense, because Velka kind of favors cunning and intelligence, whereas Gwendolyn, if you think about it, the Way of White is kind of connected. It's very, very much connected to the Dark Moon Covenant, to Gwendolyn's Covenant, because they are both, in a sense, supporting Gwyn. Because the Way of White is all about kindling bonfires and raising up bonfires, which is, again, that idea of Gwyn, he's trying to preserve the flame. Now, the Dark Moon Covenant, or the Dark Moon Blades, their covenant, Gwendolyn's covenant, you're trying to attack people who have sinned, But the other thing about Gwendolyn is Gwendolyn's whole thing is he's trying to get you to link the flame, to make it so bonfires are still there. So he would very much so complement the Way of White. Now, of course, Velka's there to murk everything up. Velka's like, I don't care. I hate you, Gwendolyn. I hate you! So that's kind of a little explanation into Gwendolyn and Velka. A little early, but I felt like it was worth talking about. Oh, no, I didn't become human. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go become human, and I'll wipe flashback to this point, because I do want to show... You know what? Never mind. I'll go become human at the flame down there, because I'm gonna use it anyways.
That's true. Well, another reason to upgrade your pyromancy flame, even if you're not gonna be big into pyromancy, but you're big into lore, there is a character down here in Blighttown that you can only see or get if your pyromancy flame is about plus 10.
Right. And actually, one of you guys were telling me, I believe Nicholas was saying that apparently, I don't know if you saw this, John, but he wrote in the description, apparently it's she can randomly appear even if you're not level 10, but it's very rare that she can't appear there, because we were trying to figure out a way I could have possibly gotten Iron Flesh without having ever had, you know, save the Pyromancer.
Yeah.
And apparently this character can appear, but I'm thinking maybe we're just both have horrible memories, and I didn't actually use Iron Flesh against the Capper Demon.
I might have. That might have been, because I know I definitely, well...
But again, how did you get Iron Flesh? Because you buy it from...
I may have actually met Quelaag, because I know we were hanging out. I was hanging out down here for a while, and I had a I know I had my Pyromancy Flame equipped. That might have been it.
You know what's something that's very worth saying, too, at this point? If you go to Blighttown, as I'm on my way there, you guys watched it. I went to Blighttown and came back up. If you go to Blighttown without ever having rung the bells, and I haven't rung the bells, I haven't saved, and I believe I still can, I haven't saved, Lotric. Notice how I was able to still use the bonfire at Firelink Shrine? That doesn't go away if you go to Blighttown first, if you do it in this order. So I can still use the bonfire. So just something worth noting, that I was still able to use the bonfire.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about that until you ring the Bell of Awakening of the Watchtower.
Yeah, so that happens after you ring the Bell of Awakening. So the way I did things, did not need to worry about it, which is pretty awesome. And you know what's even more awesome? My ninja rolls. That's even more awesome. I almost just rolled myself off the ledge because I was so excited about my ninja rolls.
For many of you first-timers, this will very quickly become the most infuriating section of the game.
Yeah, I hate Blighttown, and that's kind of the other reason I went to Blighttown first, is because I hate dealing with Blighttown. And if you go through the Way of the Deaths, yes, I can get the Shadow Armor. Brian, I know you want me to get it. I know you've been dying for me to get it, and I would like better armor. But, I don't like Blighttown, and I don't feel like going through Blighttown that direction. It's annoying. I think there's also a katana in that direction I can get as a dex build.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't know. I freaking hate going through Blighttown. It's such an annoying area. I was thinking at this point I can show you also what I was talking about with running through a little bit quicker, even though I don't have my Rust Iron Ring equipped, which I'm going to equip, just for the sake of going faster. So, alright, at this point I'm going to reverse my hollowing, just so I can go fate Maneater Mildred. And I could also up my Estus Flask here, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to kindle the flame just for when I go fight Quelaag.
It's always good to have your bonfires to be at least 10. Yeah,
like at least 10, since I have the right of kindling. Because I got it so early, I can raise all these up to plus 20 if I want. Which, since I'm already human, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Pop a humanity, raise this sucker up to plus 20. Because really, why not? Why not? It's useful. And it's one of those things that I got. Again, I never leveled up. This is just one of those perks I have for the way I've been playing the game. I got the right of kindling. And I'm still level 6, guys. I'm still level 6. I think it's a dragon scale up in this area, I believe. Let's see if I'm right. I believe this would be a dragon scale.
You know, I know a lot of these.
I am right. All right, dragon
A lot
scale.
of these chests that you're coming up to aren't mimics. I still reflexively look for them.
Yeah, I don't really start doing it until after Sen's Fortress. That's when because that's when you start seeing a lot of mimics. Until
Okay.
Sen's Fortress, which is your first mimic experience, you don't really have to deal with them yet. But it is a good instinct to have. It's like when I play King's Field, skeletons can be in treasure chests, so I instinctively always back away from a treasure chest after I open it. Always. Always, always. Alright, so Maneater Mildred should be invading me pretty shortly here. So might as well get these guys dead so I don't have to deal with them. Alright, so Maneater Mildred's here. If Shiva would be over here if I was still part of the Forest Covenant, he comes here and he sells you items that are definitely worthwhile to have. But I'm not part of the Forest Covenant anymore. Alright, here's Maneater Mildred coming to get me. What's up, Maneater Mildred? What's up there? Hi there. Oh, shoot. I am slow on all... Usually I'm fast on my parries, which is why I was going slow. That jumping attack right there is what looks so fun to me. I want to be able to use that. Oh, God. I never die against Maneater Mildred. Never.
But you also never beat the Capra Demon in one go, so, you know, it's a game for first, Dave.
Okay, I'll take beating Capra Demon on my first try over Maneater Mildred.
Admittedly, this is kind of embarrassing, but yeah.
Yeah, that was just bad.
Yeah.
I was even doing my good rolls, and bad timing.
Bad timing on those parries. Parries are, they're a huge risk-reward scenario. You get them right, and holy shit, but you miss.
Yeah, but you know what? He wasn't even, or she wasn't, even hurting me for that much. All I had to do was be a little bit smarter about using my Estus Flask, which I have 20 of now, and healing a bit more properly. Oh well, whatever. All I dropped was like 30,000 souls, which, no big deal. I'm not even leveling up, who cares? Who cares?
And you can also get that back in a couple of runs before it's coming.
Which, well, I'm gonna be doing some, I'm gonna join people's games, I think. And that's even quicker. Plus, it's way more fun by doing the White Soapstone.
Yeah.
Helping people out, it's more fun. I'm a level 6 right now, so I can definitely join a lot of people's. You know what it is when I'm not thinking about it, I always parry really well. It's when you think about it that, it becomes an issue. So, all I have to do is not think. And I know that about myself. When I play fighting games, if I turn off my brain, I rock. But it's when I think too much, that's when I start to suck it up. So there you go, parry's the way to do it. Way more fun. I mean, I could have just blocked, and you notice you got staggered a lot. And here we go. I got this amazing item. Oh, humanity, the butcher knife. Oh, I was calling it the man serpent sword, I think. You get that from the man serpents in Sen's Fortress. So let's go ahead and look at the stats here to use this weapon, the butcher knife. So you need a strength of 24, and and you notice it has a strength param of B for the parameter bonus. So it's a really good strength weapon, and apparently it's a lot of fun too. It's very, very good if you're going the strength direction, which I'm not. I would need to level up my strength a lot if I wanted to actually use it. So at the moment, I'm not planning on using it on this build. I may eventually use it, but at the moment, I'm not. So, at this point, I'm going to start farming some Large Titanite Shards. I'm going to head over there and do that. And as soon as I get there, after I use the fire, I'm just going to go ahead and do a montage for you guys, so you don't have to deal with watching all that, because that can get kind of boring. And yes, I switched out my favorite ring for the sake of being able to run quicker on this. It's just, I'm here. In Blighttown, it's just better to be able to run quicker, as much as I love my Darkwood grain ring. It's just smarter to do it this way. Yeah, I'm just being smart. Just playing right. Nice thing is I kill these slugs in one hit. So, I'll deal with these slugs, and then I'm also going to show you guys the way to get to the Great Hollow, the Giant Hollow. Oh, Pyromancy Poison Misses here, by the way. So, Poison Pyromancy is also an interesting thing to talk about, because that was developed, that's kind of considered an impure form of pyromancy, It's looked at very, very down upon. Oh,
And in fact, it's probably why Blighttown is the way that it is.
probably why Blighttown is the way it is. And I believe it was our friend who developed it, who we were just talking to.
No, not
Is that right?
Not Laurentius. It's the guy. I forget what his name is. The guy you meet that's part of the Chaos Covenant with
Oh,
the
right.
Fair Lady.
You're right. It's the person with the fair lady. Thank you for the correction, John. That is why John is here. Is because I make mistakes quite often, and John will correct my mistakes. So yes, you get it from when you go to join the Chaos Covenant. With the fair lady, there is a dude hanging out there who's infected, and he is the guy who invented all these horrible, horrible pyromancies that probably turned the Great Swamp into this horrible, poisonous place that it is. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. We all appreciate your contributions to society in Lordron, which is already bad enough. So, I think what we're going to do here, now that I'm looking at the time, we are going to do a montage of me getting the Large Titanite Shards, use them, and then fight Quelaags, and then that'll wrap up this episode, I believe. So, yeah, we got a good time there, making some good progress, and we're going to ring the first bell. Might as well ring our first bell of awakening.
Also, to give you guys, welcome to the Great Hollow. A thing to remember if you're going to do this, which I'm sure later when Dave does it, he'll either explain more of this.
Well, we need an explanation of two, though. Notice those plus 400 souls I just got? Every time you walk in here, you get those. Who do you get them from?
I don't know. I've actually asked you about that several times. Like, I don't know what's dying out there or who it is, but every single time you roll off there, get down there, 400 souls.
Every single time you come down this part.
The only thing that I can think of is, like, maybe there's one of those frog creatures, which is what I was going to talk about. When you go into the Great Hollow, it's a great idea to have a lot of curse protection.
Yes.
A lot.
Very good idea. This is what my dude actually looks like, now that I finally have humanity on. Alright, so let's go ahead and I want to show off some humanity stuff so now that I'm going to be farming a bit. So right now, if you view my status, my item discovery is 150. Now, I got plus 50 for having one humanity. Now, if I pop a second humanity there, my item discovery is going to go up by 8, so 158. Now, my next humanity there, so 158, keep that number in mind. Item discovery goes up to 165, so now it's plus 7. So it keeps on kind of lowering down. So
until you get to 10.
Right, until you get to 10. And then it does a little bit more. But, so there you go, 173. So, I think that's plus 8, actually, from 165. But, I'm not gonna go up that far, because I don't want to waste all my humanity on this. Because so 180 now, so again, it's plus 7. Kind of goes back and forth. But, at this point, I'm gonna start off my run. You guys will see the beginning of my run. And then we'll start doing, so you know, just see the beginning of it. What this is like. And then we'll do our fun montage to some awesome music I have yet to decide. But it'll be amazing, and you guys have that to look forward to in the next 5 minutes or so.
And before anybody says anything, yes, we know the gold covetous serpent ring would be really useful right now.
Yes, and you guys said that in a previous video. I know! I know that! I would use the gold covenant serpent ring if I had played and gone into Descendants Fortress first, but that's not how I'm playing this time. We're trying to show what you can do without fighting the Bell Tower Gargoyles. Everything I can do without fighting the Bell Tower Gargoyles right now. To show the non-linearity of this game, which is amazing. But with that, I can't have the gold covetous serpent ring. So, yeah. They also dropped an amazing amount of green Titanite Shards. By the way, green Titanite Shards, if you want to know, since you get so many from these guys, if you're going to farm this way, if you ever need Titanite Shards, and Front comes up to talk to you and chill with you, he eats your larger shards and turns them into smaller shards. Green Titanite Shards turn into 5 normal Titanite Shards. What? Yeah. So if you ever need to farm normal Titanite Shards, instead of trying to get a lot of souls and buying them out, why not come here and do a twofer? Get some large Titanite Shards while you're killing these guys and farm for that. And they drop an amazingly large amount of green Titanite Shards. And you can just farm for green Titanite Shards that way. And John, why don't you relay your experience with green Titanite Shards to the world?
I have so many green Titanite Shards, it's actually maxed out. If they drop green Titanite Shards, it will not allow me to pick them up. So I just sit there with my nice big-ass stash of Green Titanite Shards, just, you know, waiting for the day that I can start upgrading. I think it's lightning or your fire weapon.
He has 99, by the way. That's the amount where it maxes out, and you can't pick up any more.
Which was really disturbing because I didn't know that, and so the first time I tried to pick the item up from the enemy, it doesn't let you know that your inventory is full, it just won't let you pick it up. So you'll just be standing there constantly pressing X or whatever button, or A or whatever button you need to press, just thinking it's like, why isn't this picking it up? Why isn't this picking it up? I thought my game was like fatally glitched, and that I had to start all over again. Until I looked inside my inventory and realized just how many Green Titanite Shards I had at that point.
So hopefully you guys are learning something new here too. So I got a Large Titanite Shard, and the only one I've gotten so far was the one that just happened to already be on a corpse, not from me farming. So that just goes to show you that I actually got really lucky last time by getting a Large Titanite Shard immediately. They are very common from these slugs, but basically when you have the gold covetous serpent ring. Yeah. So here you saw I did an entire run, did not get a single one. Oh well. Alright guys, so I'm going to go back to my bonfire, and then I'm going to start doing this montage for you guys. So I will see you later after this montage. Hey guys, and welcome back. I am back from this long montage, and my audio stopped recording. Hooray! But that's okay, because I'm doing this all post, and I'm sure you guys can keep up. It's all good. So, I'm excited because I got all my Large Titanite Shards, and actually I kind of overdid it, but I was like, you know what, I'm sure I'll need them in the future, so might as well get a lot of them so I don't have to farm for them for a while. See, I grabbed 34 of them, as you can see. And now you can see I'm upgrading my Great Scythe. Gonna level it up to 10 because that's the furthest it can go. And it sort of changes each time. So for the first one from +5 to +6, you need 1 Large Titanite Shard. Then to +70, 1 Titanite Shard. Then it goes to 2. And then 3 would be the final one to get it to 10. So from 10 to 15, you're gonna need Titanite chunks. So that is why I had to stop at that point. Because you can get, from standard upgrading, you can get the Great Scythe up to +15. But still, this did a lot for me. This is really going to be upgrading my damage a huge amount, even though I didn't reach any levels. And if I do start reaching levels, it's actually going to up even more how well my levels upgrade my attack. So now I'm going to finish up my armor there. So my armor can only go up to +6 at this point, and now I need Titanite chunks, as you can see. But took care of my leather armor, and now I'm taking care of my leather gloves. So getting all my armor up to speed, up to snuff, because, you know, gotta have the best you can, and this is a great way to stay low level, but still have awesome defense and awesome attack. So again, like I was saying, there are other ways to do things without needing to worry about leveling. Although leveling is very helpful too. So there are a lot of ways to play this game. So here I'm just kind of showing off my different armor, and I am going to get some new armor at some point, guys. I will do it. I just haven't found any yet, and I've been focusing on trying to face the bosses and go through and kind of get to the point where I can get to Sen's Fortress. And, you know, just kind of focusing on streamlining it all for a Let's Play video. And I'm kind of noticing here, I kind of forgot about my Grass Crest Shield, which I need Titanite Shards for, and I have 2, I need 3, so sort of forgot about my Grass Crest Shield there, but that's okay, because I don't really use it that much. It's not a big deal. So, for the Great Scythe here, what I kind of wanted to show off to you guys, it's a weapon with a long curved blade, and right now it's a B for its scaling for dexterity, but as it gets higher, some weapons actually change in their scaling, and it actually can get up to an A scaling for your dexterity, which makes it even better. So, with all my 90,000 souls, basically, I can reach a ton of levels, and you can see just how much this is doing for me. So a single level is going to raise it up by about 7, and you can see I get all the way up to, by reaching my dexterity of 40, I can raise 240 to 360 for my attack, which is insane. It's literally an extra half of my attack right now for the amount of damage I do, another 120. And if you notice there too, 40 is pretty much the cutoff for dex, and for a lot of the different stats. You can raise it higher, but 40 is what most builds are going to go to and then you'll start upgrading other things. Like for me as a dex build, I'd really want endurance, for example, and then vitality is always helpful, but endurance would be the next big thing for me, because that would give me a higher equipment load, so I could equip better armor. It's going to give me more stamina. But again, with my dexterity, if I wanted to level up at this point I can max out my dex and have an insane attack. And that's also going to raise up my physical defense a lot as well. So, I mean, at this point, like, I haven't even fought the Bell Tower Gargoyles. I could just be at this insane level. So there are ways to do this, and that's really what I'm trying to show off here. Now, what I was also showing was if you raise it up to 41 or 42, you still can get your dexterity to raise your attack power, but it's just not going to do much. Now, at this point, I wanted to warp to the bonfire and just quickly go ahead, because you don't need to watch me running to the boss, because I'm already going over here. And all I really wanted to show off at this point was my weapon. I just wanted to show you guys how much more powerful it is. In one attack there, you saw it took 2 to 3 attacks to kill this guy. I did it! 2 to 3 attacks before to kill these guys, and now it only takes 1. So that's just how much better my weapon is. Now I'm going to go ahead and flash this forward again to facing the boss, because I just don't want to facing Quelaag, because again, just trying to save some time there. Alright guys, I'm back, and I am at Quelaag's domain now, and I am ready to fight Quelaag. And an important thing to talk about with Quelaag and her sisters as well as brother is that they all got cursed when sort of the abyss kind of started taking over, and then the swamp got poisoned, and all of them ended up getting cursed in various ways, and Quelaag's one of them, who's sort of turned into this spider. And they're all related to the Witch of Isolith. It's all the Witch of Isolith's daughters and son, and Quelaag would be one of the Witch of Isolith's daughters, who I'm about to face there. And eventually you find the Fair Lady, who's another one of the Witch of Isolith's daughters, who was also cursed. But Quelaag's pretty sad. I mean, her whole goal is that she wants to get humanity to give to her sister. And that's kind of the idea, is her sister, if you join the Chaos Covenant, her sister wants humanity because she's in so much pain. It's the only way for her to not be in constant pain. So Quelaag is trying to help her sister out. But here we are, time for Quelaag. Quelaag sniffing out your humanity, coming out to try and get some. Yeah, so apparently she's one of the most popular characters in Japan to drop fan service of, or just, I shouldn't say fan service because that's usually by the creators, but she's one of the most popular characters to draw because of her lovely assets. I'm not sure why Guinevere wouldn't be over Quelaag, if the reason why, but she is quite popular in Japan. So here I'm kind of showing the dex build playstyle of fighting Quelaag, and it is a lot of dodging, and that's what, again, as I was telling you guys with dex, that's what a lot of it is about, is to try and use dodging to your advantage. And with my armor so strong right now, I can actually survive those attacks even though I'm still only level 6. So I'm doing pretty well against her, and this is just with a lot of dodging, and again, it's just kind of playing smart, dodging it at the right moments, so just figuring out the proper timing. Yeah, totally forgot about that attack. Yeah, so when she does that, you just need to get the hell away. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this. So I am back, and one of the things I noticed last time while I was playing was I forgot to equip my favorite ring that I was bragging about, my Darkwood Grain ring. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do this time, is I want to make sure that I have that equipped, because, I mean, it doesn't help that much with your invincibility frames. I just really like it, so I just really want to have it equipped, because it just makes me happy. And the rest of the Iron Ring is really not going to do anything at all against Quelaag, so might as well equip a ring that I enjoy, that I like. Even though, I mean, I didn't, as you were watching before, really necessarily need the invincibility rings. The special ring, crafted in an eastern land, is made of gold, but with a wood grain crest on its surface. Agents of subterfuge in this faraway land are particularly fond of the dark gold wood grain. So agents of subterfuge would imply the ninjas from the faraway land, and again, the Shiva's bodyguard is the only character who has this, so that is the only way to get this ring. So just wanted to kind of give you some of the lore and backstory behind the ring there. But I figured, you know what? Probably a good idea to get my recovery there, being that I had 5 humanity and 90,000 souls. And I mean, I talk a lot about not being too concerned about souls, but okay, 90,000, that's a decent amount. That's worth saving. That is worth saving, 90,000. All of that from, you can tell I was farming for quite a while to get all my Large Titanite Shards. But amazingly, it wasn't like as crazy long as you would expect, and I did get a giant amount of souls just as a side from farming. So I was showing off the forest earlier in this episode and how you can farm that way, but it's really not the best way to get. See, I almost got hit by that attack. Almost got hit. But again, what I was saying was that forest, which is a good way to farm for souls, is really not the best way, because a better way would be to find a place that has an item you want that you need, like Titanite Shards or Large Titanite Shards or Titanite Chunks. And as you're farming for those items, that's going to be the best way to farm for souls as well, because you're kind of doing two at once. You're getting a twofer there. Now, I really wasn't sure what to expect with Quelaag, because I had never fought her before at this low of a level. I'd done playthroughs where I beat her first before I ring her the Bell of Awakening first in Quelaag's domain, but in Blighttown, but I've never been this low of a level. But as you can see, not really having much trouble with her at all. So, and I specifically didn't want to summon someone. You can summon the person we got the cleaver from. Yeah, woo! Beat you down, Quelaag. But yeah, you can summon that character, that invader, to help you out, Maneater Mildred, to help you out against Quelaag. And I mean, you can also summon people online, but I just was really trying to show off that you can do it on your own as well, even though I am just a practically base level 6. And I'm saying base level, even though it was 4 for this type of build, because you know what, the thief starts at level 6. It's basically base level. You gotta give me that. I just want to use my Great Scythe, okay? Okay, that's all I wanted. Just want my Great Scythe. So, I'm going to go ahead and ring this Bell of Awakening, because might as well. And I still haven't fought the Bell Tower Gargoyles. Still haven't fought. Oh, thank you so much, Newman! I have to get your name out, so I don't have to edit that out. But still haven't fought Taurus Demon. Still haven't fought the Bell Tower Gargoyles, and I'm still on my way to doing everything you can before facing them, just kind of showing off the different non-linear paths that you can take in this game. And the cool thing about ringing these bells too is that you can actually hear it in your game if someone else online rings the bell, as long as you're playing online. And something worth mentioning, Dark Souls 2 related, is from talking to the developers when I was interviewing them and then at the press meeting. Apparently they're working on even more things like that, like this bell, that are going to be affected cross games on the internet. Chose the wrong secret passage there. So this guy, our guy over here, whose name I'm blanking on, he's that cursed guy over there, who's part of the Chaos, one of the Chaos Servant. He's actually the guy who was messing around, experimenting, and trying to create these poison, chaos spell, pyromancy spells. These poisonous pyromancy spells.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have.
No, I had no eggs.
Our fair lady.
But don't worry, I just wear. I have it under my shirt. They're appearing under my shirt. I'm just embarrassed by them. That's why I have no eggs. Sacks that you can see. I swear. I swear. And Fair Lady is quite the sad story as well, with everything. And again, this servant here, this Chaos Servant, very expected that he was actually the guy who is the cause of the poison in the swamp. I'm not sure if that's actually a 100%, but he does sell all the various different poisonous pyromancy spells, and it's very much implied that it is because of him that Blighttown is the way it is, and he's the cause of it. And whoa, there's the Fair Lady right there behind you. Kind of freaky looking, but also very depressing and sad as well at the same time. So, kind of thinking on it, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to try and beat Ceaseless Discharge. Even though I'm only level 6, and it would be smart to do some leveling at this point, you can beat Ceaseless Discharge. You can beat him just by dodging at level 6. And again, I'm trying to show everything you can do before facing Taurus Demons, before facing the Bell Tower Gargoyles. Again, just trying to show off this non-linearity of the games. So here I'm in the Demons rooms towards Lost Isolith, and I'm going to go ahead and just quick warp again to Ceaseless, just for the sake of saving time, because we're going pretty late here. Alright guys, into the fog gate we go! Let's do this thing! Yeah, not that quick of a warp, but I kind of was just checking out the vista before and what I cut out. I was like, you know what? That took way too long since we're so far over. I do not need to show you the vista in this Let's Play. I'll talk about it in the next Let's Play video. So I'm heading up to Ceaseless Discharge, who is actually the brother of the Witch of Isolith's daughters of Chaos. So it's all pretty sad because they all were completely transformed and messed up, and actually there he is, there's Ceaseless over there. And he looks crazy and freaky, but when you actually look at his face, which I'm going to do right here, he actually looks pretty depressed and pretty sad when you look at him. Like, he looks very sad. He doesn't look happy at all, and he's not attacking you. And really, the only way you can aggro him is if you attack him, he will get aggroed, or if you steal his sister's clothing, which is right here, which he's watching over his sister's grave, and who would do something like that? I'm not going to do that. And also, I don't want to permo aggro him because I want to be able to get all my souls and all of that back if I die against him. Souls and humanity. And since he won't be permo aggro, it'll be pretty easy to collect if I die. So, what I'm going to do here is, apparently if you throw a firebomb at him, it actually doesn't hurt him because firebombs are fire, and he's fire, so he won't get aggroed from that. Which is actually pretty interesting. So, I'm going to equip my bow here, which I have yet to use. And I'm going to go ahead and try and aggro him from a distance with my bow. And then I'm going to try and unequip it real quick because I'm mid-rolling with the bow. And I want to be able to dodge out of his way pretty quickly with this. Now, you can pretty much tank your way through him, which is what I did the first time I played. But what I kind of realized playing against him in future playthroughs is you actually can dodge out of the way, and that's more fun for me. Plus the build I am right now, that's kind of the way to do it. I'm kind of just shooting short here, guys. That's all this is. So, shooting short again. I'll get him. I'll get him. Let's do this. Come on, Cecil. Okay, there we go. He is not happy with me. I gotta get out of this place. We're gonna get out of it. All right. Good news is, I was close to dying, but didn't. And I was able to get my bow unequipped right away, so I'm getting the F out of here. Trying to lead them to a different area that's further away. I was kind of thinking like, alright, if I die, I can collect my souls and I can just fight him in this area. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of pointless, because if I'm not aggravating him, it doesn't really matter. So if you actually look at his arms, he's constantly clutching himself in pain, and yeah, that long range attack is brutal. That one's pretty tough to get out of the way of. His slam attacks I can definitely dodge out of the way of. Alright, let's do it. Let's dodge this. Alright, didn't work that time. But I'm just trying to lure him over to me and get him to run over to me and fight him on this platform over here. So we will get him over to our side. We will do this thing. We will do... Alright, I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, and I am back for more Ceaseless, and as you can see, once again, he's not aggroed until I hit him. Again, he only permo aggroes if you take his sister's slows. And I just cannot, he always hits me with that attack. Alright. This time, I'm not going to go as far back, because I want to make sure he doesn't keep doing those long distance shots at me. And this is really, I know I'm running late on time. I was just like so enthralled, like I gotta try to be Ceaseless. He's right here. He is right here. I have got to give it a shot. So, here Ceaseless coming at me, and I'm trying to make it so he's gonna actually use his arm attack against me while he's clutching himself in pain. Come on, Ceaseless. Come on, Ceaseless. We got this. We got this. There we go. Alright, I did a last minute dodge. I don't know if he would have hit me anyways. And I'm kind of just bug biting him there. Not doing much damage, but better than nothing. Yeah, if I leveled up my dex all the way, I'd be knocking him out. So, slowly whittling away at him. But again, showing that he is possible, because this is what he's going to be doing against you. And you just gotta do these dodges that are last minute. If you're too early, that's what's gonna hit, where he's gonna hit you. Alright, so I'm whittling him down a decent amount. We're getting there. We're getting there with this. Alright, up. See, dodge too early. Too early. Alright, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this Let's Play, because I've gone way longer than I wanted to. So, with that said, guys, next Let's Play, I'm planning on doing Ceaseless. I'm gonna try and finish off Ceaseless, and if it takes me a number of tries, I will put a counter for you guys so you can see how many tries it took me. Hopefully it won't be too crazy, but I will put a counter there if that's what it takes, because we're going to do Ceaseless next. And then, either I'm going to do the Gaping Dragon, or I'm going to go to Sith. So, we'll think about it. So let me know what you guys want to see next time. And, I don't know, maybe some new Lando, I don't know. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Peace.